This morning at arklatexhomepage.com, I'm meteorologist Josh Marces with your Wednesday morning forecast update. And as expected, we do have a little bit of light rain falling across the Arklatex this morning as we do have a cold front that's approaching the region. And we are looking at the potential for some heavy rain to set up later today, tonight, and much of the day tomorrow. So we do have a flash flood watch that has been issued by the National Weather Service. That includes most of our counties in East Texas, I-20 and northward, all of McCurtain County there, as well as much of southern Arkansas with the exception of Columbia County. And just depending on where this front stalls out in the next 24 hours, we could see maybe a few areas added or removed from the flash flood watch. So there's still a bit of uncertainty as to where the heaviest rain will fall, but I will tell you the further west you are into McCurtain County, Red River County, Franklin-Titus counties, it looks like we could see pretty good soaking there. The expectation is we'll see a good 3 to 6 inches of rain in the watch area through tomorrow night. Even though we're in drought, this will likely cause some localized flooding, maybe of roadways and poor drainage areas. So that is definitely something that we could see pop up by late tonight, and especially with any rain that we do see tomorrow. You can see what awaits us. We're just into some of the light rain this morning, but we've got this very slow-moving cold front, which will ease into the region a little bit later this morning and this afternoon. And what's driving all of this, we've got a low that's going to cut off here over northern Mexico. Every time we get one of these cut-off lows to the southwest of us, it really puts us in a position favorable to see some of that heavy rain. Not only are we tapped into some of the Gulf moisture here, but we're getting some of the Pacific moisture as well, and that's just kind of the fuel for the rain and the thunderstorms. And the trigger for some of the storms, especially tomorrow, is going to be the upper low as it begins to make its way overhead. So for today, severe weather threat will be down in South Texas, and there's been little change to the overall outlook for us tomorrow, as the Storm Prediction Center still expect we could see maybe 1 or 2 strong storms south of I-20, and that would mainly be late Thursday morning through Thursday afternoon. Looks like damaging wind gusts will be possible down here, and you see the area in yellow where we have the level 2 slight risk. That's where we could see maybe a brief tornado spin up, but it looks like the highest ingredients for severe weather will be down along the coastline. So if you're not facing a severe weather threat, you are facing that heavy rain threat later today and tomorrow as well. So everybody faces some kind of weather threat here over the next 48 hours or so. Here's a look at Futurecast from Robbins Toyota. It does kind of hint at the light rain this morning. It shows the front moving in north of I-30, and I'll tell you, once the rain sets up here, it may continue for much of the day, much of the night, and we'll have a few thunderstorms as well. Looks like the front will stall out here fairly close to I-20 tonight, so we may get into some of those thunderstorms in Shreveport. Again, no severe weather threat tonight. And then the front will kind of just move back and forth across the region here, just kind of wobbling back and forth, which is going to kind of push the rain to the north in the morning, and then we'll see that final push of rain come in tomorrow afternoon. So it looks like the worst of the weather will be Thursday afternoon, maybe into early Thursday evening, and we expect dry air will kind of come rushing in here late New Year's Eve. So if you do have some plans out there at midnight, if you're just shooting off some fireworks in the neighborhood, looks like the highest likelihood of rain would be across the I-30 corridor, with conditions improving for the rest of us. But keep in mind, it will be breezy. We may have 15 to 20 mile per hour winds out of the southwest, and temperatures either in the 40s or 50s. So it will be a pretty chilly New Year's night, breezy as well. And you see a little bit of sunshine coming back as we move through the day on Friday. So look at the rainfall totals here. I think Futurecast has a really good handle on where the heaviest rain will fall. So you see McCurtain County here, down through Red River County and over towards the Dallas area. They could see some good 4 to 6 inch accumulations, which much of the rest of the Arklatex here averaging about 2 to 4 inches of rain. So we're going to get a pretty good soaking just about everywhere, but it will be those areas here in red north of I-30 that will face kind of the higher threat to see some roadway flooding, especially as we move through the day tomorrow. As you would expect with a cold front, a little bit of a cool down today. We'll be at 59 in Idabel, Texarkana in the mid-60s. Looks like the front will pull up just to the north of Shreveport, so I have us at 70 in Shreveport and Marshall. It is possible we could be a little bit cooler over in Harrison as well as Marion counties. So just prepare for what will be kind of a cool morning and breezy and cool afternoon. You see the winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour. Winds will actually switch around to the north tomorrow, which will push some colder air into the rest of the region, and your current temperatures this morning in the 50s and 60s. So with all the clouds, all the rain that we're expecting today, it won't be a big warm-up for most of us. So make sure you have a jacket and umbrella, just everything to kind of fight back against Mother Nature today. But tomorrow we should see the temperatures drop into the 50s by the afternoon, holding it in the 40s and 50s Friday. It's actually setting up to be a pretty comfortable New Year's Day. A little breezy out there, but the weekend's still looking great. I've dropped the temperatures a little bit, so we may be in the 50s this weekend with those 60-degree sunny days, holding off until early next week.